Hello, everybody. The 13 Scully here, also known as Scully, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I still have no idea what the hell I'm doing at this point. Oh, that reminds me, I should do this, though. Yeah, I've got no clue what I'm doing. I thought about it for a while after, and I still... During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Okay, of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up the opening and took the victim's gun and ended it. Well, I know on this last point, I did everything. Victim... I still feel like this hole in the screen would be it. Is it? Nope, the music is still going. I'm not going to keep, like, save scumming this, but I've already screwed up one of these opportunities, and if I keep doing this, I'm going to be here forever. So... You're fighting... How do you miss at too close of a range? I mean, granted, the barrel's a little bit longer, but the gun you're dealing with is still probably no bigger than, like, this. Give or take. And I can't imagine he'd fully extend it out. I mean, that would get you more stability in the recoil. But if you're doing a fight that close, why would you take out a gun at all for a close range fight? You'd want to get yourself more distance. This is the only other thing that has a bullet hole, so maybe this is it. Oh, the music stopped. Missing the tiny hole on this costume. Didn't we just determine this was irrelevant? No, I guess we're still going to keep pushing it. Will be the prosecution's undoing. Huh? Eh? What do you mean? Yeah, I would like to know. This little hole is to actually create a huge hole in your testimony. What? Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Well, you said that the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. Yeah? Which would also be close enough to set off, like, to be too close to hit properly. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume? Thank you, that's the question. Because, yeah, it's just a hole. That's proof that the hole came from outside. She probably had knocked him to the ground with the knife because she stabbed him, and then the bullet must have come in through the wall. And gunpowder burn? Well, yeah, you said the victim's body had it. It's in the autopsy report. Yeah, gunpowder residue around the bullet hole, but there isn't any on here. And gunpowder burn? Yeah. That's what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Wait a second. Okay, so if somebody shot him from outside, how does he have gunpowder residue around the bullet hole in his body? Unless it bounced around, but then that still wouldn't leave room for a hole. Ah! But there's not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. Makes sense. Makes sense. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? Judge, it means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. Object all you like. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? Enough with the hole puns, lady! With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. Okay. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then that they were separated that he fired. How was that? Okay, but then how do we get to the part where she takes the gun from him? As if that was even possible, huh? According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. Oh, enough that he'd have been dizzy. Yeah, that makes sense. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Oh. Well, then... That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There. That should satisfy even you. But then how did he end up being the one dead, not Maya? Because he would have had more time to line up a shot. He wouldn't have been close enough to have missed. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. They're already fucking it up. Concentrate and think. It does make sense. Something doesn't make sense here. It's bullshit. There's a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal? Flaw? Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. Yeah, me saving the game file. It's probably that hole in the thing. She put some distance between them before rushing in to make the final blow. Wait, he has gunpowder residue on him. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts the line of thinking. Yeah, it's his own autopsy report. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a pretty good one. But yeah, there's gunpowder residue around his bullet wound. Take a look at this. Why are you showing this to me, pal? Prosecutor Von Karma's explanation and this piece of evidence do not contradict? Huh? Looks like you need to use your brain a little more there, pal. Oh, what? Being lectured by Gumshoe of all people is so embarrassing. Come on, hurry this up and get that thinking cap on. There has to be a single snag in the explanation somewhere. Put some distance. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. Is it the fact that her fingerprints are on it? Is this it? Take a look at this. All right, that wasn't it. Okay, so it's not the autopsy report. Maybe the fact that she's wearing blood? No. Is this it? This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic. Okay, so I was right the first time that was it. What is that? A folding screen? I would like to point to the court's attention to the hole in the folding screen. Well, don't cover yourself like I was looking at you lasciviously. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Huh? Oh, what? Where? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at the height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means you would have had to have been shooting downward. when the shot was fired, Maya, I mean the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low on the ground. Oh. Order! Order! This changes everything. Does it? Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot. And the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit the location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Probably here. Somewhere around here. Uh-oh. Judge's face scrunched like he smelled something with some serious bad breath. Oh, wait. I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up. Sure. In the meantime, I want you to think things through again, Mr. Wright. Of course. Whoops. What's done is done. For now, I should focus on where Maya was at the time of the crime. The defendant was in this area. Was she supposed to be, like, close to him, right? Because it would have had to have been in that line of sight. Somewhere around here. Oh, crap. Not again. I'm not getting any of this right. There's no way that she was at the box. Would have had to have been in the line of sight. Oh my God, that's still not it, huh? Where in the hell would she be? Maybe here? It makes sense. Oh my God, that's not it either. Okay. Maybe here? I'm gonna lose out on all my ability to do crap again. And I think. Wait a minute. What if she had her back turned to him? Because let's say that she did, right? Because we know that it went through her left sleeve. I was of the opinion she was facing him, but what if she's not facing him? What if she had her back turned? What about here? Oh. I'm about to lose out on this shit. I can feel it. Maybe here? Oh, I'm gonna screw this up. All right. I'm willing to be wrong again. What if she's behind the screen? Here, behind the folding screen. I'm literally on my last point. Ah! The victim and his attacker were fighting, were they not? Then what would the attacker be doing all the way back here? Oh, right, I forgot my own theory. Besides which, if the attacker were behind the folding screen, then how could the victim even know where to shoot? It's obviously impossible. Well, yeah, I guess so. Mr. Wright? Oh. Alright, well, that's okay. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear, and I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. This court finds the defendant Maya Fey guilty. Son of a bitch. The accused will now surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at the higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Shit. Saving. All right. Well. All right. There's got to be a snag in the explanation. She put some distance. About to strike the shot. Must be a piece that contradicts the final something. Okay. Destroys the folding screen. Okay. I'm looking this up because I've clicked everywhere I could realistically think of. Which means yada, yada, yada. Okay. Let me look this up. Okay. Wants you to show... Okay, hold on. Let's see. Something doesn't make sense. Show the whole inner theory and present the folding screen, which is about 8 inches off the ground. Defendant could have been squatting. You automatically examine the floor plans. Present the spot just left of where the hole is. The west side. So just in front of it. Okay. Squatting on the ground. Yep. I was never going to get this on my own. Okay. Just west. She was standing here near the folding screen. Ah, there we go. Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? The angle. Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? Because of gunshot residue, right? That's impossible. But why? Well, you of all people should know the answer to that question, Mrs. Von Karma. Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there wasn't. There is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You... I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? It changes everything. There's no way she could have shot him at point-blank range if she doesn't have any of the gunpowder on herself. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen. Yeah. Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. Sure you did. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job, Gumshoe. All right. With this, the rest of the trial should be in the Oh, nope, she's happy. Blast radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Oh, I want to shower. Of all things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Yeah, no kidding. Eey. Detective, how dare you damage my perfect logic? What? How is this my fault? You can start repairing your standing by first removing that 3-strand goatee. Oh. And hand it to me, apparently. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later. He's got more than 3 strands. It's at least 9. Punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. Ooh. Okay. I think it's time to call in the next witness. I think we need a recess. Next witness, that's got to be Lotta. Very well. The court will now take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. Thank you. To be continued. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. You know, speaking of the fun dancing and that kind of thing, my coworker was like whistling as he walked by, and I yawned or something like that. He goes, "No." I go, "Well, maybe if you'd been whistling something a little more entertaining, like, I don't know, the song from the Muppets, I would have been more awake." And then he did that on his walk back out. And then about like 3 hours later, he walked back over to me and sang the entirety of the Muppets intro. And I was like, "Oh no, honey, I've cursed you for the whole day. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize this was going to be a curse upon you." I just really like the Muppets and the Muppets theme. I really wish that they would lean more into the Muppets. I know why they don't, because that's, you know, the previous CEO's thing. So the new CEO wants to focus on these live actions and wants to focus on like Star Wars and Marvel. And I get it. But honest to God, I would pay so much money to see a Deadpool Muppets movie. I want to see the MCU done by the Muppets with Deadpool's help. It could be a Deadpool Christmas tale. I would love to see it. We'll never see it. Not ever. But I would love to. Too bad they got rid of the Muppets movie at Disney. Really wanted my fiance to see that. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the outro while I lament on my childhood more. See you guys. Outro time. So, algorithm, next part, or algorithm, whatever. And then I thought about it. Hades. The time that I streamed Hades. I didn't finish Hades. I just played some Hades and I had fun with it. But I was just thinking about it. I was like, what haven't I done in a while? And I played Hades entirely on a whim. So, Hades for you guys. And I'm going to be reflecting on the fact that apparently I suck at this game because it's one of the first cases that I can't solve shit. So the series is going great for me. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Just remember to drink your water, eat a food, and take your pills if you haven't yet today. And I'll see you guys later.